This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody guys, let's take a look at the gold market. Well, I suspect that the gold market very soon should become a very interesting market and probably could become the center of the investors' activity, because market right now shows some action that could put foundation for the very long-term perspective in one or other direction. And the major patterns that we have right now on the gold market, if you have read our weekly research, you probably know this moment, is that on the monthly time frame chart we have the bearish grabber that theoretically could lead prices to the new lows, at least wash out the lows around 1170. That's the minimum target of this pattern. Also, if we will take a look at the March and the April price action, we will see that on the monthly time frame chart it also could put the starting point for appearing of the bearish dynamic pressure, because if you take a look at March and the April candle on the monthly chart, you'll see that they shows the downward action while trend holds bullish on the monthly time frame chart. Second moment, if you remember, our former stake or bet was on the long side of the market, and upside retracement to the 1350 area. Initially we have counted on the possible brand bottom buy, but right now we probably have to acknowledge that this pattern has failed, or at least currently behaves too curious compared to the normal behavior. Its actions was too skewed from the normal action. That's why we can't rely on it anymore on the brand bottom. What is more interesting is that the failure of the brand bottom, it was right here on the weekly time frame chart, has happened right at the monthly pivot point, at the April pivot point. So market just has reached it and turns to the downside, although the target of the brand bottom was approximately around 1350 area. So market hasn't reached the target of this pattern. And all these moments we stand on the higher time frame charts. It means that they have the greater value and compares to the patterns that we have right now on the daily time frame chart and the lower time frame charts. That's why, from that perspective, we can't currently take any long position in the medium term target. All that we could do is just to use some minor patterns, minor price setups for scalp trading on the intraday charts, because when you see such sort of the recovery to the upside, it's really fast. It's not really big willing appears to take the short position when you see this recovery. At the same time, when you have the such patterns as we have just discussed on your back on the weekly and monthly time frame chart, you also do not want to take any long-term long position, bullish position. That's the tricky moment of the gold market. So what we could do today, or in the beginning of the next week. First of all, we probably will try to use this thrust up, because as you can see, this recovery was really fast. Trend has shifted bullish. We have the bullish divergence right here with the MACD indicator. We have the wash and rinse of these lows. Previously we thought that that was the real wash and rinse, but looks like this wash and rinse was too small and wasn't able to trigger the stops that have been placed right below these lows. So buying stops have been triggered, and market just skyrocketed right back above this low. So that was the recovery, wash and rinse, and some sort of the upward price action that probably could have some continuation. At least minor continuation should follow, because you can see on the 4-hour time frame chart This was really fast action. Okay. But right now market is approaching to a significant resistance. Take a look. That is 1307, 1315 area. It's confluence resistance. Also, in this area we have the weekly pivot resistance one. In such circumstances, maybe market will drift slightly higher in the beginning of the week, but probably this area could and should trigger some retracement right back down. So that retracement, what we are mostly interested in short-term perspective. I will not absolutely object if market will show retracement right to this area. That will be the FIB support and weekly pivot point. So market will show the retracement right to the weekly pivot point, and after that we could try to take the scalp long position with the A, B, C bottom somewhere in this area, maybe depending on where market will stop this retracement down. And minor extension, 618 extension of the ABCD pattern. We can't right now marry any position and take some extended targets, mostly because the bearish situation on the higher time frame charts. But when the trade is based on some momentum and a strong impulse, we could use it for scalp trading, for taking the fast and close targets. And from that standpoint, the 618 extension of this ABCD pattern will be suitable moment. Because short-term context is bullish. We have, as I said, wash and rinse, fast recovery. We have the bullish trend on both sides. We have the divergence. So there are some context reasons for taking the minor and scalp position with small shy continuation to the upside that could follow. But that will be probably the limit for current setup that we see right now on the daily time frame chart. After that, we will have to take the pause and take a look what will happen. Maybe we will get some clarity from the non-farm payrolls release or from other economical data that will be released on next week. So, because for taking any longer positions, I mean in terms of time, some more significant positions, we need some more clarity on the daily time frame chart, on the high time frame charts. We need some to get medium-term direction on the gold market. Right now we don't have it, mostly because we have too fast recovery right now on the daily, but we have the significant bullish signs, bearish signs on the higher time frame charts. That's why this is not very good combination for taking any long-term position. That's why we will try to focus on the short-term setups, short-term trades, and we'll deal with them until market will clarify the higher time frame situation.